Happy February, everybody! Previously, I released my top 5 Dynasty Stashes video for the month of January for one quarterback leagues. For this same format, here are 5 more you need on your team for the month of February. Hi, Evan with Barely Fantasy here, and this is Top 5 Dynasty Stashes for February. Number 1. Will Shipley, running back, Philadelphia Eagles. A 2024 4th-round rookie out of Clemson, Shipley cemented his role as the number 3 running back on the team. During the regular season, he saw garbage time in weeks 7 and 10 of the regular season. He went 8 for 15 on the ground against the Giants in week 7. In week 10 against the Cowboys, he went 9 for 34 on the ground. Not a lot of promise shown so far, but at least he was much more efficient in the latter game. In week 18 against the Giants, he split the backfield with Kenneth Gainwell. Shipley got 36 offensive snaps versus Gainwell's 33. The former went 10 for 32 on the ground and caught all 4 passes thrown his way for 35 yards. Much better than his teammate Kenneth Gainwell, who stunk up the joint so badly, I won't even read his stats to you. Anyway, Saquon Barkley did so well against the Commanders in the NFC Championship game. Will Shipley was allowed more snaps to help manage Barkley's overall workload. Shipley took 4 carries for 77 yards and got a rushing touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell's bum ass only took 3 carries for 8 yards and caught 2 passes for 16 yards. Kenneth Gainwell is a mediocre backup running back who will be an unrestricted free agent this coming offseason. His skill set pretty much matches what Will Shipley can do, leaving practically no reason to offer him a contract extension. Shipley is a young, promising backup to Saquon Barkley, who won't see meaningful playing time unless Barkley misses time. The team has shown they like using him better than Gainwell over the last couple of months. If you have Saquon Barkley on your Dynasty team, then you need Will Shipley too. If you don't have Barkley, then go get Shipley anyway. He may not be as talented as Barkley, but he's capable of putting up double-digit fantasy points if Barkley doesn't play. Number 2. Dyami Brown, wide receiver, Washington Commanders. A 25-year-old former 3rd-round pick out of North Carolina heading into his 5th season, Dyami emerged as an unexpected key wide receiver in the new Commanders offense. While Jaden Daniels was building chemistry with all of his teammates, Dyami Brown wasn't showing much usage up until week 13 of the 2024 season. The team was rolling with Luke McCaffrey for the first 5 weeks of the season until they learned he sucks. Noah Brown's season-ending kidney injury was what led to more targets for Dyami Brown. The Commanders did not have a solid number 2 wide receiver behind scary Terry McLaurin all season until the playoffs. Dyami ended up being utilized as a number 2 wide receiver against the Buccaneers, Lions, and Eagles, which is a really good sign for him. He totaled 14 catches among all 3 of those playoff games. Noah Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus, and Jamison Crowder are all expiring contracts. There is a low likelihood any of them will end up being re-signed by the team. While Dyami Brown will also be an unrestricted free agent heading into 2025, I think the Commanders will bring him back. They'd be fools not to do so. Assuming Dyami gets similar workload next season, that makes him a strong flex-worthy candidate for fantasy football lineups. Number 3. Marvin Mims, wide receiver, Denver Broncos. A 2022 former 2nd-round pick out of Oklahoma heading into his 3rd season, Marvin Mims had a very quiet role in the passing game for the first 10 weeks, mostly relegated to kick and punt return duties. His first touchdown of the season was in Week 11 against the Atlanta Falcons, which was a game in which he only earned 2 targets. It took the Broncos until then to realize that Lil Jordan Humphrey sucks and shouldn't be getting so much playing time. They learned having Bo Nix throwing the ball to Mims is a damn good idea. After all, Nix needs more hands than Cortland Sutton to catch the football. Troy Franklin and Devon Vele are not as talented as Mims and should serve as depth behind him and Sutton next season. Marvin was a touchdown machine in the final 2 weeks of the season, scoring 2 against the Bengals and 2 against the Chiefs' backups. In the Broncos' playoff game against the Bills, they struggled to get the passing game going. They even tried giving Mims a couple of carries that ended up only being good for 1 yard. Looking past the poor results of that game, the fact that the team trusts Mims to run the football is a great sign, trusting his skill set similar to Jaden Reed and Deebo Samuel. Marvin Mims should be a popular sleeper pick for a lot of the Dynasty community, and I agree with the momentum he's getting. Go get him if you can. Number 4. Michael Mayer, tight end, Las Vegas Raiders. A former 2nd-round draft pick out of Notre Dame back in 2023, Mayer completed his sophomore season this past year. He had an underwhelming rookie year, sharing the tight end snaps with Austin Hooper. Mayer was replaced by Brock Bowers this past year, who had an unbelievable superstar rookie campaign. Michael Mayer was a fantastic starting tight end for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and is being held back on the Raiders. Now that the team hired John Spytek to become their new general manager and Pete Carroll as their new head coach, it's possible they will want to make roster moves to better suit Carroll's preferences. Being that the Raiders have a lot of problems to fix with their team that could include trading Michael Mayer to a tight end needy team. When I first started writing this script for this video, I was going to recommend Eric All Jr., the rookie tight end for the Cincinnati Bengals. However, an update about recovering from his ACL tear mentioned he may miss all of the 2025 season as well. Due to this update, the Bengals are a real candidate to make an offer to get Michael Mayer on their team. Other teams that could use an upgrade at tight end are the Broncos, Browns, Chargers, Colts, Giants, Jets, Panthers, Patriots, Rams, Saints, Seahawks, and Titans. While there is no substance behind all of the trade rumors surrounding Mayer right now, somebody is bound to be interested in trading for him with how much talent he has. Go pick him up in your Dynasty League if you can. Buy him low if you can. He'll be much harder to buy when more inevitable hype builds around him. Number 5. Justin Fields, quarterback, Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, I know this sounds like a homer pick as he formerly played for my Chicago Bears, but hear me out. Steelers owner Art Rooney recently said it is unlikely he will be bringing back both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. The former is 36 years old and the latter is only 25 years old. I'd gladly bet on the Steelers retaining Fields over Wilson. Now, it is entirely possible that Fields will receive a lot of interest from quarterback-needy teams as a free agent. In my January Dynasty Stashes video, I did mention how many NFL teams are having quarterback problems. To go over that list again, those teams are the Browns, Colts, Giants, Jets, Raiders, Seahawks, and Titans. No, I don't believe every one of those teams will show interest in Fields. However, considering the other free agent quarterbacks out there, the Steelers would be idiots not to retain Justin Fields. When the available free agents consist of Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Drew Lock, Joe Flacco, Mac Jones, Carson Wentz, and Andy Dalton, you're not going to pass up on Justin Fields. I don't care how much you think you know football, you'd be a fucking moron to not retain Fields in this situation. He proved you can win games with him. The Steelers went 4-2 with him as their starter. Don't get me wrong, Russell Wilson didn't have a bad season for the Steelers, but he was clearly showing why he is past his prime. Fields is a far superior athlete on his feet, being more ideal for that crappy offensive line the Steelers need to improve. It is also worth mentioning that the 2025 draft class is very weak at quarterback, and the Steelers have a lot of needs they need to fix that don't involve taking a chance on another Kenny Pickett for it to fail miserably. If you need help at quarterback, then go get Justin Fields before it's too late. That's going to do it for my top 5 Dynasty stashes for the month of February. Please subscribe for more fantasy football content. Keep calm and play on, my friends.